Face Off from Mumbai, home to all that glitters in Bollywood. And the star of our show tonight is a superstar, not just in India and Pakistan, but also across the globe. His first film was released in 1988, and since then, he has done over 75 films. Even today, at the age of 45, his films are a hit at the drop of a shirt. I need not say any more. Let's go and meet Salman Khan. And this shall be his first ever television exclusive interview to any Pakistani journalist. So special indeed. Sit back and enjoy. Thank you so much for joining us on Face Off. Just before the interview, you were telling me that you had family there, and the last time you visited Pakistan when you were 15 years old. And what brought you to Pakistan?
Family.
Family?
Yeah, my mom, my dad's sister lived there, so my cousins were there as well. I think now they've moved to America, some moved to Dubai.
Do you remember a little bit about Pakistan?
Yeah, I remember. I think they were staying at this place called Drigg Road.
What do you remember about the people, the smell,
Lovely.
the place?
I remember the house, and वहाँ पे घर के बाहर एक शहतूत का पेड़ हुआ करता था.
Acha, and you used to climb up on that?
Yeah, गच्छी पर.
And play with your cousins?
Bari Mamu still lives there in Khodadad colony.
And he's your uncle?
Yeah, he's my...
Your khalu?
Yeah. He's my dad's cousin.
Do you have any plans of coming to Pakistan because you have such a huge fan following there?
Yeah, definitely. I would love to be there.
And what's keeping you away? Why haven't you come up till now?
Busy here, and ऐसी कोई कुछ plan बना नहीं. I was trying to come there and do some concerts there, but I mean there were a lot of people trying to, so I didn't know who to go with.
You know,
but then since we do concerts all over, like America, London, Dubai, so we have a lot of Indians and a lot of Pakistanis come to watch the concerts there.
Right.
A lot of Bangladeshis as well.
So you have some sense of how popular you are in Pakistan?
A little bit.
A little bit, because when I first got my first job, there was this young man who used to dress up like you, who used to look like you, who used to, sing your songs, and he used to completely mimic you. So how does it feel to have that kind of an effect on people?
I don't know, seriously, because I've never tried to copy anybody or ape anybody, or never looked up and at anybody or idolized anybody apart from my father, because as a person that he was the only man in the house, and we grew up watching him.
But does it scare you that people...
But we appreciate,
so
even here as an actor, we do appreciate a lot of people.
You were talking about being so tied up with so many things. Do you ever get free time to yourself?
Yeah,
or is it shooting
I'm always
after
free.
shooting? You're always free.
I'm always free because I like what I do. It's my hobby, and I've kind of changed my hobby into my profession. So I'm excited all the time. If I'm shooting, you know how we shoot, maximum a shot takes about 20 seconds, 30 seconds to be done, but to set up it's about half an hour, 45 minutes. I have enough time.
So what do you do when you're waiting for your shots?
I chill.
You chill?
I chill, I listen to music, I hang out with friends.
Do you read books?
Used to stop reading books. The only time that I read books is when I can't get sleep. And
Are you suffering from insomnia?
no, it's not insomnia, it's just that you'll sleep when you're dead. Since I was a kid, I just get about 2.5, 3 hours of sleep.
So you only sleep 2 to 3 hours?
Yeah, always been like this with me since school.
Okay, and you don't feel tired, and how do you do all your action scenes then?
I mean, some people require 8, 10 hours of sleep. I'm sure you require 12. Or
No.
I just see that you can do so much more when you're not sleeping.
So what do you enjoy most about being a star?
I enjoy the smiles.
You enjoy the smiles?
That's the only thing that I enjoy.
Right.
I enjoy when somebody goes and watches a movie and everybody is like all... I mean, the whole Gurbat scene happening and everybody's depressed and upset and angry, And when they go and watch a movie, they forget all that stuff and they come up with smiles and happy, and then they want to be that character of the movie. I kind of enjoy that.
Well, I mean, you've done so many films. You've done over 70 in the last 22 years. But, you know, I read somewhere that Subhash Ghai is saying about you that if Salman Khan had watched his ways and watched his steps, then he could have been the king of the entertainment world. And he hasn't gotten the roles that he really could exploit his talent with. So what would you say to
Subhash ji gave me that role. I couldn't do justice to it in Yuvraj.
You couldn't do that? You really think you couldn't do justice to it? Mane, you've done so many films, you know. One would assume that sometimes, you know, actors like Amir Khan, they want to do films, like 1 or 2 films, give it all that they have. But not you. You want to do a lot of films. But
I don't do a lot. I think Amir right now is doing a lot more films than I'm doing. But the format that I want to stick to is just entertainment. I believe it's an entertainment media, and I just want to do that. And if there is a message in that, it just has to be just like a slight one. I don't want to do any gyan, I don't do any preaching. That I can do in my interviews or, you know, when I have free time.
But, you know, in your attempt to entertain people, have you somewhere lost your ability to explore your talent? Let's put it that way.
The kind of roles that I do, I just need this much of talent.
And you wouldn't want to do another role? Like, have you looked at a film and said, whether it's Bollywood or Hollywood, I wish I'd done that film?
If I'd have got that,
amused me.
No, if I'd have got that film, I'm sure I'd done it, and I'm sure I'd have done it much better than the person that you've seen in the movie.
You know, moving forward, because I know a lot of people in Pakistan will be watching this interview, the peace process between Pakistan and India has not really worked out, and you are somebody who has fans on both sides of the border.
I'll tell you why it doesn't work out. I think the Indian Awam and the Pakistan, you know, Awam, they both like each other. I mean, there would be people in the armed forces, you know, where the Pakistanis have, you know, got one of us or we've got one of theirs, so that becomes kind of a personal enmity. Now, apart from that, I mean, you guys watch our films, we guys like your cricketers, so it's all good. It's just that the governments, you know, they've kept this thing going. So I guess whoever signs this war treaty, you know, jang chid gayi hai, you know, whoever says, you know, go, kill them or whatever, those people have to be in the front first. When the guys and the politicians or the government signs that, whoever signs that, they should be in the front, right there, before your Jawans, before our Jawans. You will never have that problem, I guess.
You know, after the Mumbai attacks, you spoke in favor of Pakistan, saying that Pakistan has also suffered from terrorism. Benazir Bhutto was killed due to terrorism. So at that time, when there was so much anti-Pakistan sentiment, did you feel kind of a voice in the wilderness?
See, everybody knew that the government is not behind it. They just knew that it was a terrorist attack. And more than anything, our security failed. And we've had these attacks, you know, a lot of them here. And they've not been from Pakistan, they've been from within as well. But this time, because Taj, the Oberoi, was under attack, so everybody just stood up. I mean, we've had, you know, bomb blasts earlier. We've had in trains. We've had blasts in small towns, and so these things have happened here as well. So no one, you know, at that point in time, no one stood up, just because it was the elite who, you know, this time
that got targeted.
I mean, 5-star hotels and stuff. So I think they panicked. That was the first time that they, you know, got up and spoke against this. So my thing was, that's why suddenly now. This has been happening for the longest time, and we've been speaking on this for the longest time.
Right.
So people who suddenly woke up was because, you know, they were scared of their own lives and their own loved ones. What about the poor?
Right, but don't you think?
And then even in Pakistan, I was told. Shoaib Akhtar was telling me that last year के अंदर 550 bomb blasts हुए हैं.
जी बिल्कुल.
जी.
So we've really suffered as well, and you're somebody who sees that very clearly. But don't you think that the Mumbai attacks were also?
I think the press also is very responsible for this, and
for warmongering on both sides.
And ignorance also is there. Plus, जो terrorist होता है वो terrorist होता है. Hindu हो, Musliman हो, he's a terrorist. I mean, किसी मजहब या किसी religion में ये नहीं बताया जाता है कि आप मारो. Fatwa का मतलब है opinion, jihad का मतलब है struggle within yourself, and Islam means peace. So what book are they reading? Islam means peace, and so ये क्या है मार-धाड़ killing वगैरह.
Right. You talk about Islam, you talk about fatwas. Now, there has been a fatwa against you as well for, idolizing or for preaching to an idol. How do you respond to that kind of thing? Because obviously there's a certain community that expects you to behave in a certain way. And your mother is Hindu and your father is Muslim. And you also celebrate the Hindu festivals and the Muslim festivals.
See, for me it is nothing. For me, it would be difficult for somebody who's born in a Muslim family and has been taught that, that his religion is the best. But Islam also teaches that you have to respect somebody else's religion for him to respect your religion. I come from a family where my mother is Hindu, father is Muslim, second mother is Catholic.
Yeah.
So I believe in the principle of just being human.
But anywhere in the world, that would be very uncommon. And does that sometimes, as a child, even when you were growing up, did that sometimes confuse you? Or was it something that you enjoyed?
I think on my school, when they asked what religion I was, Dad said, why? Because I was in a Catholic school. Dad said, why do you want to know what is that got to do with?
And you didn't know?
No, my dad, when I spoke to him, the teachers, the principal, he said, fill in the religion. He said, what has religion got to do with what grades he's going to get and what marks he's going to get and how he's going to fare in school? It's got nothing to do with that. So he wrote human, and then he wrote Indian.
And that's how you lead your life. You're human and you're Indian. But at the same time...
If I was born in Pakistan, I'd been Pakistani. If I was born in England, I'd been British. I was born anywhere. If I was born in Africa, I'd been African.
But at the same time, because you have such a huge fan following, you're a public figure, and you live in a country where people are so sentimental about religion.
We don't care if Shahid Afridi is Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi or African. He's a sportsman. Or Shoaib Akhtar is there for his talent. He's there for what he does. The same way you don't care that Sachin is Pakistani or he's hitting your bowlers for sixes. They don't care about that. It's just that he's playing really well on the field. And so when we are on screen, you don't care कि ये Indian है या Pakistani है, Bangladeshi है.
He's just a star.
It's just, I mean, sports and entertainment. I don't think they should have any borders or any religion.
एक्सप्रेस पावर दे महंगे पाउडर जैसी धुलाई